Hi.
I'm Harry Jones. This is Luc Gibbons, and we're of Volk Soup.
Thanks for the introduction.
I am the lead singer.
I'm the drummer and performance artist most of the time.
We are two of the three primary songwriters, and a third of 6 band members.
Yeah, we got George who plays guitar. We have Ryan who plays bass, and then we have Ryan who plays sax as well, and then we have Luca who plays trumpet.
Yeah. It's one of the most difficult to answer.
Not to sound poncy, but we don't write with necessarily a vision in mind, do we?
Definitely not like a genre in mind. Like we hop quite a lot, I think.
I think we're prone to sort of pastiche quite a lot and spoofing other genres, but which, might suggest that we are of the arty avant styles, but I don't know, straight down the middle, rock, punk.
It's punk music, I think, that is the bottom line. From like not just a musical perspective, but
ideology.
from a punk ethos, I guess, that runs throughout the band. Performance-wise, music-wise, image-wise.
I can really tell from.
Our friend Alex Pearson once described us as genre bastardizers, which I think is quite a nice label to give them. Quite kind of old school, I guess, kind of lame way. But I put out an ad on joinmyband.com, kind of just before the pandemic, and that's where I met Ryan, the bassist. And we started doing some stuff before the pandemic, and then didn't see each other for like a year.
Nerds.
And then we started up again, and towards the end of 2020, and we had a drummer, and we'd written a couple of songs, but then I sacked the drummer, which is crap. And then I met Luc via a photographer, and then luckily Luc just knows everyone in Leeds through uni and other bands, so that put us in that mix as well. For me, it's just looking for beauty all the time, just the world is fucking horrible and you gotta get to work. It fucking sucks. And in all absolutely like every spare moment I can get, just try and find beautiful things, and sometimes those beautiful things are like gross and ugly, but like just always looking for like art, whether it's like films or books or music, painting, just like just going for a walk. I want to give to the world what I try and take out of it, and that is just like stuff that interests me.
This one with Volk Soup, I'm more sort of focused on experimenting, and it's something that I didn't really find the opportunity to do through studying music, or even really through my childhood playing around with percussion and interesting ways to approach the drum set. Oh man, I've turned American. Drum kit.
We're not just trying to make music, we are trying to make like relatively lasting art. I think that's what, from my perspective, like I try and actually like I take it relatively seriously.
Yeah, it's quite primitive and instinctual, I think.
Yeah, definitely instinctual. Just like, run with anything, don't we? Like, if there's any, like, a grain of any idea, like, run with it.
And then it might be that a song turns out being a bit shit, and we play it live for a few weeks, and then just fuck that one off, and then move on to something better.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're swearing too much.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the idea when we started, when I was, first put the ad out, I always wanted more than just 3 of us, which is, how it started as like a musical unit. And then we met those people through other bands. I met George through Glad Boy, who we kind of just got on through mutual interest in books. And he liked our band. He said he wanted to be involved, and I can't bear to play guitar, so I got him to do it for me. And we met Luca and Ryan Geach through their band Drags. We played a show with them at Mabgate Bleach, and I said like, I'd really like some brass on mine at some point. And they were like really game for it, so that's how we met them, just through playing other shows really.
Yeah, it's true. The Leeds scene is very incestuous, and so you just find another band. I'll have you, and they either say yes or no. They've got the time in their schedule.
We're basically all after like, not me to be fair, I'm only in one band, but and not a very good musician, but so many people are trying, like wanting to try different things and flex different muscles in different groups. There's one time when we played at Pier Hat in Manchester, and George planked on stage.
Yeah, he was trying to start the revival.
He wanted to bring planking back, the internet phenomenon of lying on your front just in inconvenient places. And I didn't realise he'd done it, and I walked backwards and I fell over him. Yeah. And then Luca took it upon themselves to jump on me, and it just became we basically, everyone except for Ryan, a band that's playing, pile on me, which is pretty fun.
It's fun when you play these small shows where nothing really matters.
And there was literally like 7 people watching us as well.
Giving someone a smile, at least 7 people a smile on their face, rather than playing a straight set for 45 minutes in front of 100 people who are there with crossed arms.
I think that's the nice thing about our style, and 2, that we just don't ever practice. So like when we just don't know what's going to happen when we get on stage. Like it's always like fucking so ramshackle, just so unprofessional.
Chaos.
That like, and then the nature of the type of performance it is, like usually just something stupid happens.
I can't think of any particularities on stage, but the Tour of France that we did in the summer as a whole was just a pinnacle highlight for me of the band's journey so far.
Yeah, I think particularly we played in Paris, and we got put on a lineup with a hardcore band.
That was pretty cool.
So we turned up there, and like all like even the promoters and like all the clientele were like really hardcore punks, like with like Mohicans and like
proper cross punks, like the kind of guys where you're like, are you sure you're not putting it on?
Studded denim jackets and stuff. We were like, I don't think they're really gonna like us, this lot. And we played to them, and they were like, well, fuck it, like I've never seen like anyone like mosh. Yeah. No one in Leeds moshes like that. So like that was like nice to like kind of turn up a bit apprehensive about like the reaction you might get. And I think there were some people like looking like, oh, that's not proper punk and stuff. But it was nice that they kind of flipped our expectations a little bit.
Yeah, I think if the question you mean is what do independent venues mean to the independent music scene, there wouldn't be one without it, or without those venues. And Leeds is a shining example of that. There are so many great bands who, they might not even want to take music seriously, but it gives them a chance to express themselves for however long a project lasts, and it gives them a space to do that with other people, and as a result there's a great scene community here that would I think it would be a crying shame if it didn't exist.
I think venues like they are technically the scene in like a literal sense. They are like the backdrop, right? Like especially for like rock bands, I think. Like we don't we're not a very online band. Like we don't have very much traction online, so like we have a better reputation in venues.
Yeah, I was driving a tour for a band not last week, and we did a UK leg, and we played in Hull at the Adelphi, and it was on the same night as the Polar Bear, which is another venue literally the next street over, was also putting on a show. I mean, they were kind of in rivalry with each other, but as a result, only one person came to this gig that I was driving the band for. And the promoter took a photo and posted it online saying how it's a shame to see scenes sort of ebb and flow with popularity, and I think it all comes from the root cause of sort of there just not being enough funding in the arts in general. And so you see scenes slowly wither away and die, which is, you know, sucks because Hull is a great place that's made so many great bands who they are today. So yeah, like I said, we'd be nowhere without them.
Yeah, I think it's, you know, maybe it's just Volk Soup, but I feel like it's been severely missing from the Leeds scene, like at a national level at least. Like, I don't feel like, you know, maybe it's just because I'm in it, like, I'm a bit blinkered, but, you know, I don't, considering the amount of, like, music like good quality music being produced in Leeds, just the national, like, coverage of it is so slim. And I think it is maybe because like of lack of documentation by people in the scene. There's no like local magazines, you know, that have any national reach. There's no like, I can't think of any people that work for any music or arts magazines that are, you know, writing about it in a way that is like, you know, genuinely journalistic and like interested in the scene. You know, maybe they'll do a review of like, you know, a live show here or like an album or EP there or something, but like that's just to kind of like fill space in these magazines rather than like, you know, no one's really zoning in and like putting a thesis to what's happening in like Leeds at the moment.
There are some friends of mine who, you know, write for magazines like Far Out, and Ryan, our bassist, writes for Louder Than More. Is that based in Manchester?
Yeah. So John Roberts.
And there's some like really good sort of independent blogs, but like I say, like you said, there should be more of a focus on documenting scenes as a whole.
It's honestly like capitalism, I guess. Like, I don't I'd be reductive about it, but like, you know, it's been coming for a long, long time.
I think that as a result, it just needs upheaval. The whole system, at least the arts sector, needs a complete reshuffling and an injection of support.
Yeah. So
that it's not just lying here on its
I think we need
to
separate ourselves from like. I feel like I don't know that much about like how the music industry works, but I feel like we have to kind of like, for example, like EMI North coming up, making a big statement that they're gonna like promote all like these bands. We got to stop like using that as like a source of something to aspire to. Like, we shouldn't be like chasing after this like massive record label. We should be focusing on making like DIY art, like proper outsider art that like, you know, if it takes off, it takes off or whatever, but you know, at the end of the day, that's not the like what I'm aiming for.
We're not here to make
because
money.
All these like companies, like someone like EMI are just going to monopolize the North now with their label. Like, if there's more like smaller labels doing more interesting stuff, then like more people would hear like a bigger variety of music. Yeah.
Our good friends in Bug Teeth.
Bug Teeth and Glad Boy,
incredible.
who are,
yeah, Glad Boy.
You know, PJ, who's Bug Teeth, their band is Glad Boy, basically. So, and I really love those. Belk,
a
hardcore band.
Oh my god, Belk. Yeah, just what a band. We're a duo. My housemate's the drummer, so I'm biased, but yeah, incredible band. They used to be a duo, now they're a trio. Just like, they used to do sort of noise rock stuff, and now it's just turned into this. I wouldn't, if I describe it wrong, he'll probably kill me, so I'll just say hardcore. And that's probably wrong as well, but they're just incredible.
I mean, I'm not sure if you've heard Sunny from Glad Boy Bug Thief. It's just now releasing some like solo stuff
Yeah,
under Sloyd Flenching.
really
which
good. Yeah,
It sounded like very, very good. Drags, obviously, we go back Drags.
of course,
Who
Drags.
are,
Yeah, love Drags. Their stuff that they're recording is incredible.
Yeah, they recorded an album recently, which should be released soon.
Yeah. And I really like this
Crazy.
Turnspit band that they're just a duo, boyfriend girlfriend, who do this really sort of dark, gothic, trip hop stuff. It's really cool as well. I really like the technological stuff that everyone's sort of moving towards now. I want to maybe jump on that bandwagon, start doing some more sleepy stuff. Yeah, there's a great sort of scene from experimental techno stuff going on, which is really exciting.
Yeah, we done?